your name become mentioned in a meeting. Absolutely everyone has talked about, my cherished infant. This isn't always a twist of fate. This message is for you, and that I ask which you listen carefully. God says, your call became stated in a meeting. Absolutely everyone has mentioned your style, announcing that you look like a, however what they don't know is that this isn't just about your appearance, it's far approximately something a whole lot deeper. It's miles approximately the anointing for your life, the mild that shines inside you, and the way you deliver the essence of your calling wherever you go. I've seen you, my toddler, within the midst of all the noise, in the midst of the comparisons, and within the middle of moments when you felt small or ignored. You can have puzzled why a few see you in a certain manner, and others in an extraordinary mild. You can have struggled with the idea of being judged with the aid of things that do not absolutely outline who you are. But I need to remind you that this isn't about the floor. This isn't about the comparisons, the words, or the ways people try to reduce your lifestyles to something they are able to label or explain. Your call changed into spoken in that meeting, and that they spoke approximately your style, yes. They checked out the way you present yourself, the grace with that you stroll through life, the quiet strength you convey, and they compared you to a person who, of their eyes, embodies splendor or achievement. But what they do no longer see is that what they recognize in you, what they feel drawn to, is not simply your look, it's far the presence of my spirit in you. It's miles the manner you mirror my glory, even whilst you are not privy to it. You are not only a mirrored image of someone's fashion or a person's photo, you're a dwelling testimony of my creative energy, my love, and my desire. You are designed by means of me, and that design cannot be confined to earthly comparisons. They may have noted a person else, someone with repute, someone who is celebrated, a person who is trendy via the arena. And of their hearts, they may have concept, this is who they resemble. But I want you to keep in mind that they do not simply see you for who you are. They see what their eyes need to peer. They see a mirrored image of their personal standards, but they cannot but apprehend the deeper reality. And I want you to keep directly to this truth. You aren't only a replica of a person else's fashion. You aren't just a mirrored image of the sector's idea of splendor or achievement. You're a dwelling work of art, formed by my arms, molded with the aid of my imaginative and prescient in your life. There's so much extra to you than what meets the attention. What they speak about inside the meeting is handiest the surface. They do now not see the intensity of who you are, the electricity of your coronary heart, the purity of your intentions, or the divine destiny I have located upon you. They see a glimpse, however they do not recognize the story I'm writing for your existence. They do no longer realize the battles you've got fought in silence, the prayers you have whispered while nobody was searching, the sacrifices you have got made in secret, or the victories you've got gained while no person else became around to cheer you on. I understand how it feels whilst you are compared to others, whilst people try to place you in a field that is not yours to match in. It can be frustrating, even painful, to sense like your genuine self is not being identified. But I need to tell you, my cherished, that the arena's requirements are fleeting. They exchange with the seasons. They praise one individual these days and neglect them tomorrow. But you, my child, are everlasting. The splendor that shines within you is not the type that fades. The electricity I have given you isn't always something that can be taken away by way of the critiques of others. In that assembly, they mentioned your fashion, about your outward look, and sure, it could have appeared like a compliment. However, my child, what I want you to apprehend is that the fashion they see in you is not anything as compared to the fashion I have placed inside you. The grace I've given you to navigate life's demanding situations with dignity and power is unequaled. The peace that radiates from you, even in the hurricane, is a reflection of my love for you. The way you carry yourself with integrity and kindness speaks of the deep properly of compassion I've positioned for your heart. You are a residing testimony of my grace, and this is the genuine style that others are noticing, despite the fact that they do not completely apprehend it. But humans will always have their opinions, my child. They'll usually try to fit you right into a mold, to outline you by their personal knowledge of who they suppose you should be. However, I need you to understand that your true really worth isn't determined through their praise or their complaint. It isn't determined by using their comparisons or their judgments. Your well-worth is determined in me. Your well-worth is observed inside the reality that I created you with cause, with love, and with a future that nobody else can take from you. I have set you aside for greatness. I've located gifts inside of you that nobody else has, and I have known as you to stroll a course this is uniquely yours. The arena might also try and categorize you, to label you, to examine you to others, but you're a one-of-a-kind advent, and you are destined for things beyond what they could see. Your lifestyles is not intended to be a copy of someone else's journey. Your tale is meant to be written by way of me, and I'm the writer who is aware of each page, each chapter, and each plot twist. I see the manner your coronary heart now and again aches whilst you sense misunderstood, whilst you wonder if each person virtually sees you for who you are. I see the yearning for validation, the choice to be recognized for the depths of your character and the beauty of your spirit. But I need you to realize that your validation comes from me, and that I see you. I see the lady or man you are getting. I see the electricity that lies within you, and I am pleased with you. I'm pleased with the way you have walked via tough seasons with grace. I'm happy with the way you've cherished others, even when it wasn't clean. I am pleased with the manner you have remained faithful, even when the street was hard. Your well-worth isn't always discovered in the opinions of others. It's far observed inside the reality that I, the writer of the universe, have chosen you. I've referred to as you via call. I have placed my hand upon your existence, and I have given you the whole lot you want to satisfy the motive I've set earlier than you. You aren't defined by means of the phrases of others. You're described via the love and style I have poured into you. And my child, there may be something even deeper that I want you to listen nowadays. Once they observed you in that assembly, once they cited your call and your style, there has been something extra taking place than simply casual communication. The enemy can also have tried to use their phrases to plant seeds of doubt for your heart, to make you sense small, to make you sense such as you need to compete with others to be seen. But I need you to recognize that I am the usage of even the phrases of others to attract attention to the greatness I've placed in you. Do not be discouraged with the aid of the manner the arena sees you. Do not be discouraged by the critiques of others. You are not dwelling for their approval. You're living for mine. And I, the Lord your God, am thrilled with you. You're my beloved child, and I have called you to walk inside the fullness of who I created you to be. You're destined for greatness. You're destined to polish in a manner that simplest you could shine. The sector can also look at your fashion, your appearance, or the way you bring yourself, and they may see something that displays every other person's photo. However, what they don't know, my infant, is that what they are simply seeing is my mirrored image in you. They may be seeing the essence of who you're, the divine spark that I placed inner of you earlier than you had been even born. You are a living testimony of my splendor, my love, and my grace. And this, my cherished, is the genuine fashion that they cannot forget about. So when you hear the words of others, while you feel the load of their comparisons, understand this: you aren't described by using their reviews. You aren't described through their judgments. You're defined by the affection I have for you. You are defined by the cause I have placed on your lifestyles. And you're described by means of the greatness that lies within you. Do now not allow the sector's standards dictate your really worth. Do not permit the evaluations of others form your identity. You're my child, and you are precious in my sight. I've called you to be a light in this global, to polish in a way that others cannot forget about. And as you stroll within the fullness of who I created you to be, you'll see the electricity of my love appear to your existence. So take heart, my cherished. Preserve your head excessive. Stroll with confidence, no longer inside the approval of man, however in the expertise which you are my infant, and I have prepared you for greatness. You are not here to healthy into the sector's mildew. You are right here to interrupt the mold, to shine in a manner that simplest you may. And as you do, you may draw others to me, and they will see the splendor of my love reflected in you. Your call has been spoken, yes. And they'll have as compared you to someone else. However, what they do not know is that you are a reflection of me, and I've designed you to be exactly who you're. You are beautiful. You are effective. You're chosen. And you are cherished beyond degree. Relaxation in this reality, my infant. Rest within the expertise which you are mine, and I am pleased with you. Irrespective of what the world says, no matter what others try to label you as, you are exactly who I created you to be. And that is enough. My light toddler, hear these phrases from God, as they may be spoken not just with divine authority, but with an awesome love and promise of peace. Your name has been whispered in locations unknown to you, and it's far no accident that those words are achieving you presently. You have got been seen, you have got been heard, and you are known. Those who talk of you, even on your absence, do so with admiration. They speak of your splendor, your grace, and your power, all of that are items from heaven. It is not just your outward look that has brought on them to speak, but the very essence of who you are, the mild that shines so brightly from within you. In these moments of quiet mirrored image, realize this: God is with you. When the world feels uncertain, and when you marvel whether you're genuinely visible or understood, recognize that the writer, the divine, has visible you lengthy before others ever did. You've got been cherished, carefully designed, and located exactly where you are intended to be, surrounded by means of folks that might not constantly apprehend, however, who will come to understand the fact of your light. You have heard of individuals who communicate your call, have heard the flattery, the reward, and the gentle acknowledgments, but I let you know this now: do not let the opinions of others dictate the route of your life. You are not described by means of their phrases, but via the fact of who you're inside the eyes of God. And God, my baby, sees you with a love that can't be defined, with a depth that cannot be fully understood by earthly minds. Believe in that. Trust in the fact that not anything, regardless of how darkish or brilliant it can appear, can regulate the route this is set before you. You may have doubts. You may experience the load of what others say, whether in praise or in judgment. But listen carefully now, for this message is for you on my own. Not anything will pass incorrect for you are surrounded via the divine protection of God. The universe bends to the need of your author, and those who may are looking for to deliver harm or doubt into your existence will no longer prevail. Trust in God's timing and divine will. There may be no misstep, no stumble, no wrong flip that you may take as a way to separate you from the affection of God. You are safe, blanketed, and cradled through the divine. In your moments of prayer, as you lift your heart to heaven, know that God listens. Know that God responds. Your prayers are not in vain. The whisper of your soul is heard within the chambers of heaven, and as you speak, the angels accumulate to listen, to take your phrases and send them back with blessings and divine steering. Do now not fear, my infant, for you aren't on my own. You're never alone. But listen this now, for it is crucial. The sector won't usually see the complete photo. There are folks who will observe you with eyes clouded by way of envy, jealousy, or false impression. This woman, who thinks she will misinform, who believes she will cover the truth together with her phrases, is set to be exposed. Ultimately, God is exposing this female, her intentions, her moves. You need now not fear her or those who've allowed themselves to be blinded by way of her falsehoods. God is with you, and you may be the one to emerge triumphant. The path you stroll may also seem doubtful at times, however I inform you now which you are strolling within the grace of God. You can query why sure things have came about or why positive people act the manner they do. However, recollect, infant, all might be found out in time. Your religion could be your manual, and it will deliver you through each assignment, each trial, and every doubt. Do now not allow worry of the unknown cloud your coronary heart. For in the grand tapestry of existence, every thread, every second, every come across has been woven with a motive. Your energy, the power that comes from trusting in God, is what's going to convey you forward. The world can also try to shake you, to make you doubt yourself, however it's miles in those moments of task that your faith shines the brightest. Agree within God, and recognize that His love for you is steadfast. There is no storm that may topple the castle of faith that you have constructed in your heart. Hold praying, keep trusting, and keep walking with courage. For your life, there might be moments wherein the burden of the sector appears an excessive amount to endure. There can be times when you feel on my own, misunderstood, and weary. But I remind you now, you are in no way on my own. God is with you. His love surrounds you like a defensive protect. Whilst the sector appears to shut in on you, while the voices of doubt attempt to crush your coronary heart, it's far then that you need to turn to God and pray. Pray not out of worry, but out of religion. Pray now not in desperation, however in consider. For it is through prayer that you will locate peace, and it is through religion that you'll discover power. Consider, my child, nothing is not possible for God. No state of affairs is too darkish for His light to penetrate. No hurricane is too fierce for His hand to come. You're inside the most secure place you could ever be, inside the loving care of God. Every step you're taking is guided through His awareness. Every desire you are making is tempered by way of His understanding, and each breath you draw is a testimony to His grace. Believe in that. Lean into it, and allow the peace of God to fill every corner of your heart. And although there may be folks that are looking for to carry darkness into your life, recognize that their efforts are futile. They can't dim the mild that God has placed inside you. The female who has sought to deceive and control will be exposed. God's justice is unwavering, and those who act with falsehood will be made acknowledged. You do no longer want to raise a finger to reveal her. God will do it in His ideal timing. Simply agree with, pray, and recognize that His hand is at work even whilst you cannot see it. Within the days to return, there will be moments of revelation. You will begin to understand extra truly why positive matters have happened, and why positive human beings have acted the way they have. You'll see that every step you have got taken, each tear you've got shed, and every prayer you have got provided has been part of the divine plan that God has set in movement for you. Trust that this plan is best, even if it would not make feel to you. Accept as true with that, in the long run, all can be properly, for you are a cherished infant of God, and His love for you is unshakable. Do now not let the lies or the doubts of others sway you. Do not let their opinions or movements outline you. You are a toddler of the most excessive, and his love for you is eternal. The woman who has spoken ill of you, who has tried to lead you off beam, is ready to stand the outcomes of her own movements. God will reveal her, and she can be made recognized for what she in reality is. But you, my child, will continue to stroll within the mild of God's love, unscathed, covered, and positive. Agree within God, for He is your refuge and your electricity. He's your manual and your protector. And as you continue on this journey, realize that every step you are taking is guided with the aid of His hand. You're safe, you are loved, and you are never by myself. Preserve your coronary heart open to God, and keep to stroll in faith, for the course He has set for you is one of peace, pleasure, and divine achievement.